opportunity to settle the score before they retire.
I mean, definitely for sure, but at the same time, what do you guys think for the last pick for themselves here? Before I jump to the mix, but either way, before Gideon, hold that answer of yours, because right now, looking at a beautiful view of the graphics of the Land of the Dawn, we're about to see the biggest fight of today, of day number 1 of the playoffs.
Looks like they locked in Xborg for the side of EVOS. I kind of like it because at least you have some form of counterplay, especially if you're pairing up against the Baron lane or even arguably the Thamus lane. So let's see how this plays out. Once again, EVOS going to be looking to start things off strong.
Strong indeed, and look at the bottom lane as well. Xborg, our dear friend Pokemon, definitely not going to be having the tough time. Same goes for the top lane as well as Soul playing with the Esmeralda. And as it is already, like we were saying, that early game for the Esmeralda is not really as fun compared to the mid game, and the fact that she's already dealing against both huge amount of damage, by the way, and with the box here as well, definitely not a fun lane for Soul.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is some great understanding of the matchup coming in from both Sana and Soul. Like I mean, these guys are pure offlaners. They don't usually play other things here. Pokemon, he doesn't mind going in and out of the damage, but he's got to be very consistent with it. And that's kind of the issue here, because you are limited by your range when you have the Firaga armor, putting you in very tight spots and sometimes even gankable spots.
Definitely for sure. And I just love the fact that the amount of pressure that RSG is just constantly applying just to ensure that LY4 is going to be able to have a really clean and safe farm. But Soul is going to be able to hit that level 3 and will be able to sustain a little bit of that damage coming down from Sana.
Yeah, and I think right now, Resurgence is trying to min-max as much as they can, sending a lot of solo laners here. LY4, he's in a lot of trouble trying to get on the Harith. My goodness.
Yes.
They didn't even need the Zaman Force there. The damage coming out of JPL with that ejector, well played.
Really, really well played stuff as well. And the best was, great assumption and expectation too when they saw that the blue was still standing as well. There's only one option where LY4 actually was going to opt to go for another camp. By the way, KZP definitely not having the time as well. JP is going to be able to eject him, but not all the way to the back line, because he knows that he doesn't want to have a box set towards that back line for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel that backline box here would have been nice.
I guess.
Because then they would be super overextended there. I mean, it's hard to control it. I'm not gonna deny that. It is hard to target at the same time as making sure that you're getting the right target when you're that close to somebody. And unfortunately, in that situation, he just got launched up in the air and way back down. He didn't get flicked back in towards the towers, their red side of the map. And I think with the extra distance, they might have forced the disengage.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But at the same time, they also take it. Ooh, hey, on! Play with it. Literally on a tightrope there between life and death there. But yes, maybe the fact that they didn't really eject KCP all the way to the back line, because they just know that the fact that Boxer still has that revitalization, so still going to be able to sustain, still going to be able to combat a little bit longer. Remember, they don't really have their ultimates except for the Harith here with the Zaman Force.
Yep, they're making sure their timings of the objectives, of these neutral objectives are on point here. Right now, RSG is trying to take the turtle by themselves, but they're forced to, they have to let it go. There's just too many members of EVOS just running down towards this side. It's going to be a 4v5, and that's not exactly the best odds, but if they just buy time, this is going to allow Sana in the top side to start stealing away, resources from EVOS SG.
Definitely for sure, but Pokemon's got to be a little bit careful there, because he's a little bit too close to Sing, who has quite the amount of stacks on top of it as well. But Soul doing significant amount of damage towards Sana. Sana really popping out that ultimate as well, just to try to force her back, and eventually Soul will just have no choice but to let Sana go.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's unfortunate, because Sana was trying to take away the red buff. I thought he had it, but Soul managed to steal away. But Jason, he gets ejected over. JPL now out of position. They're forcing a full-on fight. Ultimate putting it to Sing, but that Revitalize is keeping up so healthy. Harith, even with the Zaman Force, ain't gonna be enough, so Pokemon takes him out with that last Insanity. JPL flickering forward, finally getting KZP. That's gonna be 2 kills for nothing in favor of EVOS SG.
This is really great what EVOS SG is actually really trying to go for, right? Try to get as many early game fights as much as possible. Get that early game dominance, because once that early to mid game transition happens, then they will have such a lead even regardless of having the fact that Barat is still on the side of Resurgence, because they still have enough damage, they have all the items to melt down even a beefy monster like Barat.
Yeah, and this is so far so good of a start for EVOS SG. However, it's pretty even, I would say so at the very least. Darkening coming out from Jason here as KZP starts rolling forward, gets one, Sink's in trouble, he goes down, he can't go any further. Potato still alive, but KZP is able to reclaim that kill. A 1-for-1 trade, not the best considering that EVOS had the numbers advantage and first initiative, but Resurgence, they aren't letting this game go without a fight.
I mean, definitely for sure. Everyone is trying to go for trade-offs here. And this is the part where EVOS has to remind themselves of the fact that despite us having, beautiful ejector with the Ensemble Force as well, KZP is going to be doing quite an amount of damage, but sadly the tower will not target KZP one last time, allowing KZP to walk out of that situation alive.
Yeah, and as of right now, Sana is doing a pretty good job. He's still pretty healthy, and he's also creating a lot of space for LY4 to kind of just farm safely. He is sacrificing lane wave, gold, and EXP such that LY4 can come back, at least minimize his initial death. Because Potato is level 8 to LY4 is level 7 as of right now. Potato now taking some damage here, but, Sink taking some damage from Pokemon, but the rest of the team just hovering around this blue buff. They are just waiting for an opportunity. Unstoppable Force again onto KZP, Revitalize being popped. Sink can't get into the fight quick enough to get that initial catch with the ult.
It's really difficult as well because, like I was mentioning earlier as well, like Barat, yes, all you can do is just pretty much get away from him. He's not very mobile. It's really hard for him to really get on top of all these agile mobile heroes here. So he was actually really keeping that distance, picking that fights really methodically as well, really being really calculative about it, but with that calculation alone really gives them quite the lead and that dominance so far.
Yeah, and more importantly, I think Sing was still, when he was walking up to join the fight, he still had 2 seconds left on cooldown for his flicker, so even if he wanted to make a play, he didn't even have the tools.
Yeah. By the way, Pokemon finally getting that immortality, which is going to be really crucial for the side of the team here. This allows EVOS actually to be a little bit more aggressive should the fight really count, because right now we see Resurgence slowly retaliating, especially towards his top side.
Yep, they're just playing the map. Once again, it's going to be KZP getting ejected here, but Turtle has been slain, and now they are on the run. Potato already popping up his ult, but the backline is gone. He is gone once again. Pokemon, huge last insanity, chucking out all 3 members coming in for Resurgence, trading 1-for-1. This fight is even. Jason survives with 1 health. Sink, can he pick up that kill on and break that immortality? Yes, he does. He still has his ult, but again, he doesn't have nearly enough damage. That fight was a lot more even. However, the one difference was made when Resurgence set up bot wave better than EVOS SG.
Yes, definitely for sure. Right now, Resurgence is currently in the lead based on just towers alone, but of course the gold lead is still in the favor of EVOS SG, but by a significant or a very small difference here. But it will be significant very soon, depending on which team will be taking that aggressive initiative first. And let's be honest, Sing is doing what he really does best, and it's just split push towards that bottom lane.
Yeah, right now Resurgence knows for a fact that they can't win these full hard-on team fights, especially when one of their members gets picked off. The speed of which EVOS has their burst is way too high. Resurgence now understand that and are playing the map perfectly here, trying to take these smaller objectives along the side to kind of buy some time for the big guns, LY4 as well as Jason, to make something happen. Once again, KZP is going to get ejected right back into the team. Pokemon is going straight on. Revitalize is not going to protect you from a last insanity. The burst is too good. Then the pick onto Eudora here, onto Potato here, and now the full fight breaks out. All hell breaks loose. Zaman Force is unstoppable as LY4 has lost his front line, and now this is going to be a fight going over to EVOS SG without a doubt.
But then again, Potato wants to try to clear this and push out this bottom lane to at least open things up and allow the entire team to try to push them down. But Pokemon try to go for the bait, will be able to cancel out the TP as well. Sing has to be really careful about it, but Sally will be able to allow Pokemon to get the mega kill and potentially will even lock down this bottom tier 1 tower.
Oh, that was huge. That was huge. And now Potato, he's got the magic damage as well, so he will be able to shred right through that turret just purely with the Chrono Dash.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you were asking me, like, what can he do against the Barat, right? Just leave. I said, leave him alone. Just go to the back line. That's pretty much what they did. They did, yes, significant amount of damage with Sing, but they straight away turned their priorities towards that back line, and instantly Resurgence losing 4 members. They instantly lost everything else, and Sing, he can't do anything alone. He's not that big just yet.
Yeah, but Soul, on the other hand, he is getting bigger by the second.
Oh, yeah.
He has not had a single death in this game, just like Pokemon, and both of them are being the forerunners, saving a lot of these situations when they start these fights against Resurgence. And now Resurgence on the back foot, they want to fight, but also they have to be extremely careful because their team fight isn't as good. The Brilliance is going to be popped up by Lunox here. Jason slowly going to peel backwards. No darkening just yet. He needs to get the bar into the dark zone. His rest of Soul as well as Sync just, you know, touching tips at this point in time. None of them doing any significant damage to each other.
Yes, but LY4 doing a really great job as well, seeing the fact that his teams will not die easily to the full brunt of EVOS SG. Will split push towards this bottom lane and will safely secure that tier 2 tower.
They're playing the map well. Resurgence, how long can they keep this up? JPL is going to be the first to get caught here. Smart missiles coming out as well. Soul, he's hovering around, but they are coming in from a flank angle here. Falling Star Moon isn't going to land, and now they're on the run. 4 versus 5. Pokemon coming in with the last Insanity. Can they turn this around? Flickers forward, chunks the backline. KZP is on the run, but Sinky's still alive, trying to make it on out of there. They can't seem to get the damage on the right targets here, as KZP still on the run as Potato and Aeon, even though they were able to get their damage out, it just didn't matter. JPL, is he gonna get caught off there? Yes, he does. Unstoppable Force ain't gonna stop him. The backline now in trouble as Potato once again has the Zamet Force. Misses the last one. We're able to cave with the Chrono Fissure once more. 2 go down, 2 for 1. KZP on the run as Aeon last hit dies over to the Darkening. This fight isn't stopping just yet. 2 for 3 in favor of Resurgence. Finally, they back away.
Really well placed up as well, but then again, the fight is not over this as the Mountain Shock is going to be coming in as well. KZP nowhere to run at all once he gets slowed down, and with the Zaman Force and the Chrono Dashes, Potato is going to be able to secure another kill for himself. But I'm going to call it right here, right now. Sing did a phenomenal job just peeling that fight alone. I'm not even kidding.
Yep.
Like, he committed, like, he could have used his flicker to go towards his backline just to get on top of Potato, but no. He saw Soul on top of LY4, and LY4 not having the best of time either. Everyone, that communication was so clean, they all just reverted back, dropped everything what they were doing. They're like, LY4 has to stay alive. He has to live.
Yep. I mean, they use everything, every trick in the book to get out of that. I mean, Aeon, his job is pretty easy, but if he's caught out of position, he will die to Sana alone if he doesn't have a stun up to kind of buy him that time. And LY4, he played that well. He kept on cutting backwards, kept hitting the targets in front of him, kept up with the kites, and it just helped that his entire team just peeled for him. Jason obviously can handle himself with the Brilliance. It's a get out of jail card for free. But now EVOS on the attack once more. KZP once again trying to make sure that he is disrupting JPL as much as possible. As long as their front line doesn't get dispositioned in a place where they can get bursted. Just like that. EVOS, they were going for it the entire time, but this time it's going to be Soul who falls victim to the same strategy.
Oh, dude, it's really hard because right now Resurgence just decided to just group up right now in this case. And LY4, he is still farming, but he's very adapted to it. He's like, he knows when to farm and knows when to join the rest of the fight with his team as well. And it's put EVOS actually into the pinch as well because they can't simply jump in, especially since Sig is full mode just protecting LY4. He's even just right next to him as well. He's like, you want my brother, you gotta get through me.
Yeah, this is a tough stalemate from both sides. I think EVOS has also kind of realized that if they don't pick the right place at the right time, that Resurgence have learned from their previous mistakes that they were just at the wrong place in the wrong time, so they have to control the variables as much as they can.
And especially as well, like, yes, although Potato will be already hit the level 15 before LY4, but LY4 is not far behind. He's actually very close. And once he gets even more items, it's going to be really difficult for them to actually not just to pick him off, but he's going to go, or not only they will not able to sustain the amount of damage he's actually going to be bringing out.
Yeah, and now look at this. Soul is getting absolutely destroyed. Jason is huge in this game on this Lunox. It doesn't even matter how many shields she had. Soul just disappeared, and now KZP going in full-fledged. Even Jason with the Darkening as well, trying to push them out of position. JPL, is he going to go for the ejector? Not this time. He's going pretty deep. Pokemon last Insanity finds the first one, but he comes back with the immortality. He hops over the wall, and it looks like it's good for the side of Resurgence.
And don't forget, they instantly have the backup as well. They can't be too greedy too, because the minute they saw Sing popping up, and let's be honest, Sing has a lot of stacks on it. This big boy is ready to go. But at the same time, EVOS SG did a really great job forcing that top lane to be pushed in. They instantly have to fall back. But Pokemon, on the other hand, he has an immortality, but instantly get burst down, and I don't think he's going to be able to live long enough to see the day.
Oh no, it's not going to be enough. Aeon, that's so dirty. He didn't want to miss, so he flickers forward, but the rest of the EVOS team is here to try and win this fight. The backline now in trouble. NY4 getting a good snipe into that backline, ensuring that Aeon, the squishiest member amongst them, goes down first. Even with the Zavin Force, Potato can only do so much, but he turns it around, tries to get on top, but he's getting suppressed as well. KZP gets knocked up. It's not going to be enough. LY4, he's got a complete shooting ground here. They can't stop him. They can't get off of him. Once more, he gets suppressed. Nothing Soul can do. KZP going in for the dive, and finally the Molten Size, a clean ace coming in for Resurgence.
Oh, dude, well played. Seriously, just well freaking played coming in for the team. Just constantly peeling, holding, tanking, and ensuring that LY4, this boy, this brother that has, will be able to just casually lean back and just slice and dice all the way.
Oh my goodness, this level of team fighting capabilities from both of these sides, nobody is letting the other make a single mistake. They will hold their ultimates until they absolutely need it if they have to. Like, the amount of patience it must have taken for Sync to hold that ult to make sure that they get the right targets, just well done.
Well, and also don't forget about his flicker as well. Like, he only uses it either unless he knows he can get towards that back line, or just to ensure they can get on top of LY4 just to defend him, because literally all EVOS has to do right now is just shut LY4 down and then peel the rest of the teams here. By the way, maybe he's going to be able to find Sana, ejects him all the way to the back line, but Aeon gets caught by KZP, instantly gets nuked down, and that's going to be a monster kill for our dear friend LY4. Lord is pushing in, they don't have Aeon, but here comes the Detona, Vulcan, and throwing them all the way to the back line. Is literally anarchy right now as Potato tries to pops down to Summer Force, dashes his back and forth, but this is LY4 we're talking about, and Jason just constantly nuking down with the Chaos Assault, and two members will fall, but so goes the top tier 2 tower as well.
And this is good. Resurgence knows they have a significant, well, not even the biggest of leads compared to what we've seen them do before, but just enough to ensure that they can win these team fights underneath inhibitor towers, and that in itself, it's 15 to 15, 17 minutes into the game, 6K goal difference. They are on the run. Pokemon going in, try and clear the wave as quick as he can.
Oh no!
Oh no! Daytona, welcome! Oh, it didn't go all the way through. Oh boy!
That was a really close call. Seriously, if Potato, sorry, not Potato, if Pokemon actually got caught in front of Daytona's welcome, there is no one that's going to be able to stop this onslaught. Although yes, Aeon can do quite an amount of damage, but Sing is a really big boy. And let's be honest, LY4 is hitting more than a truck in this case.
Yeah, he really is. Just the AoE damage coming in from Sing alone as well. Like, if they're clumped up too close, like, it will start to show. That damage will start to stack up really, really high. And as of right now, I can't tell what they can actually do for the side of EVOS SG to start winning these fights. I think they really have to push Sync out of position, but Sync, he's already flickering forward, looking for the Daytona.
No, he got him!
He got him! He got the right target! Aeon, once again, can't play this game without somebody telling him otherwise. Potato, the next to fall to the darkening. Once again, Jason, so healthy. LY4, so healthy. He doesn't even care. Ejector me, unstoppable force. That ain't gonna stop me once again. Pokemon losing his Firaga armor, and Soul, he's on the run. He knows he can't do any more than this.
Oh, dude, like, how is that even possible? He got him, like, got Aeon all the way from the back line. By the way, this is going to be the one final push. KTB so low, but they don't care. They don't want to kill. They just want to hit this throne. But then again, beautiful play coming from Pokemon, able to clear out that minion wave. But Soul, trying his best, will be able to get out alive. And with the fire state, he's going to be able to scorch and burn Sana a little bit more. But here comes the Mountain Stronger just to give a little bit more information towards his team.
Yep, and once again, the Cavalry has finally started to spawning in and are running it down towards the mid lane to protect their last few inhibitors here. That was a huge blow for them, but at the very least, EVOS, they have the goal to start coming back into it.
Correct.
At this point, you are playing on situational items. Everybody has their natural core items. They are at maximum level. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And right now, EVOS SG, I feel like the only thing they can actually just do right now is just avoid these team fights, or especially just get away from Sync in this case, because he's literally too big for them to handle right now. They need to go for pickoffs. They need to try to pick off as many members as possible, try to even the odds and get more and assert more dominance as they get this control.
Yeah, speaking of asserting dominance here, Sync unfazed by what Soul can do. He is literally walking back and forth. He doesn't mind. He's got the health, and that's what EVOS can't seem to deal with right now. The amount of, even with true damage onto Sync, it feels like you're not really hurting him as much as you should.
I mean, let's be honest, like, who wants to be a dancing queen when you can ride on top of the back of a dragon, right?
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
But anyway, KTB doing his job, doing what he does best, constantly zoning around, giving information towards his team. And now Sync with the Oracle, going to be regenerating even more. Oh my lord.
Yeah, this is now becoming a much more stale game here, as both sides at a point now they can't even consider item advantage even be much of an advantage this time, because they all have full items. So there isn't much to be said. They just have to maneuver these fights, making sure that they hit the most efficient ability.
Oh wow. My lord! He actually canceled it out.
Cancel it so far. His patient right now. Jason is going to be down. Aeon finally getting his stun on the right targets, but he is under a lot of fire from Sync, who is just trampling on top of here. KZP trying to pull them through. Revitalize. They're going to lose this. They're going to lose this. Harath's going to have to pump the Salmon Force to try and turn this around. They finally take out Sync this time around. JPL, the next to go, but that opportunity for Resurgence to try and take Luminous Lord away, and they realize it isn't worth it anymore.
Dude, this is really great. Now pick up not just the tanker, but majority of the members of Resurgence as well. They can actually not only get this, like you said, getting this Lord, or they can actually just try to assert even more dominance. A lot of minions is being pushed on towards the mid lane. The top is also being pushed down. Sadly, the bottom, because the minions will be more significantly better because since they lost the inhibitor. But that doesn't matter. All they need to do is get this Luminous Lord, and JPL is just doing just that. Try to zone as many members as much as possible. Or maybe they should just try to divert their attention, and see that's what they did. They changed their priorities. Lord's gonna be knocking it out. Sana trying to do as much damage as possible. LY4 instantly gets jumped on for the falling Starman from Soul. Instantly gets surrounded, but he's still able to get the crit off and picked off Soul.
This is worth it. This was worth it. LY4 dying there, able to trade 1-for-1 and denying Lord is a huge win for RSG. That was a 2v3 situation. They shouldn't have technically won that at all, and you can see that Aeon, he had to go and clear the waves up on top side. So as long as they keep delaying this with an open inhibitor for the side of EVOS SG, the longer it takes, the more likely that they will start have bigger creep waves moving in from that bottom side.
But they're going to be careful as well. LF is going to be coming out in exactly 20 seconds, and that's pretty much how long they can actually buy for themselves. Seeing thrown right into the mid as well, getting melted down instantly to revitalize. It's barely keeping it as well, but with the time for the corner dash, he's going to be able to get picked off. But we're talking about Jason here with the Darkening, instantly nukes down the majority of the members of EVOS SG, and now they're currently on the run. Pokemon gets popped up there. He still has the immortality, but he will eventually try to get away, and same goes for his teammate JPL.
Yeah, as long as Jason is alive, the team has a great opportunity, and especially with a secondary win condition, it becomes so much more difficult for EVOS to play this game because they're expecting Soul to survive all that damage. However, you can't necessarily itemize effectively, especially with the amount of high magic penetration coming in from...
no,
no, for the steal! Can he go for it? Can he get the steal?
Oh,
no! Retribution is going to come into play. Soul is on the run now, but he is going to be giving up his life for nothing this time round. Holy Crystal being bought by Jason. JPL just left to defend. All 4 members from EVOS SG going to be coming back up. This is their final push coming in from RSG. Can EVOS SG defend?
Oh, this is going to be a really tough one as well. So this is going to be the Luminous Lord sent towards the bot lane. Now this is going to be pressuring EVOS so hard as well, because remember, the crystal is not really that healthy. I'm pretty sure it's just 1 or 2 hits from the Lord away from just befalling here away from this team in this first game. But remember, sadly, unfortunately, I know Soul, he was trying to be the big man here, tried to be the team player and try to steal the Lord, but stealing the Lord without the Retribution and without the following Starman is definitely a really hard take to go for.
Yep, now that Lord has been crashing in, Luminous Lord, but if any, he is going to be cutting through. The fight has begun. Aeon's now in trouble. Is he going to get stunned up? Yes, he does, but they're going straight for the Crystal. Good end game coming in from RSG, but this is only the first in this best of 3. EVOS have another opportunity to even it out the score.
Oh, it's a really tough one for them as well, but either way, like, it's such a tough game since the RSG went with a lineup where they're just able to sustain so much damage. But either way, we're going to be passing to the amazing analysis LaFell to talk about this amazing game.